Tracy Leigh Signal has worked as a Senior Research Officer and Associate Director of the Sleep-Wake Research Centre based in Wellington since its inception at Massey University 6 years ago. She is an expert on the effects of sleep and fatigue on performance in the aviation industry, as well as, among other things, issues of sleep during pregnancy and early postpartum. Dr. Signal conducts research both in the lab and in the field, and is particularly interested in the practical applications of her research to improve health and safety. She has received a number of New Zealand and international grants, among them a Marsden Fast Start Award in 2009 to study sleep inertia, funding from the Health Research Council of New Zealand to study pregnancy and postpartum sleep issues, funding from the US Air Force Office of Scientific Research, and a number of research contracts with the Boeing Company. Dr. Signal is an author on 10 articles in such journals as Journal of Sleep Research and Chronobiology International. She is also an author on 25 refereed conference proceedings and 15 technical reports. It seems only appropriate that her research focuses on sleep and aviation, as over the past few years she seems to have spent a lot of time on exhausting long-haul flights across the dateline, a signal of her growing international reputation. To give only a few examples, she has received invitations to present to the Associated Sleep Societies in Seattle, to a meeting at Boeing in Seattle, to a symposium in Washington DC sponsored by the US Federal Aviation Administration, and to CV List's presentations in Los Angeles and Kansas as well. Closer to home, she has presented, for example, to the International Symposium on Shift Work and Working Time in Australia, and in Auckland, both to the Royal Aeronautical Society Symposium on Fatigue Management, and to a workshop on sleep disorders in children and young people. On top of all this, Dr. Signal has excelled in her role as supervisor for postgraduate research students and is increasingly taking on management activities as the Associate Director of the Centre.